do some set in Vancouver. You got to fill in." And I was like, "Oh shit." And what I was doing was microdosing at that point, which is where you get a real small amount of mushrooms, and you're not really supposed to like feel the effects of it, you know? It's supposed to like help with anxiety and stuff, but it's not supposed to make you trip. And the part of microdosing I think I fucked up was the micro. Just regular dosing at that point. 5 minutes ago in the back, like I said, way too hot for this. I was like panicking, asking all of my comic friends, "What are jokes of mine?" And I was like, "Go away, you need to stand in the back and like tell me." So I could be like, "Give me another one." And he was like, "No." So I got a few out here though. Anyway, I did grow up in the South, like Keith mentioned. So nobody else in here grew up in the South apparently. No one moved for that. Well, one thing that people don't, like, there are weird cultural things about the South that people don't seem to know. Like, on the day of every white Southern child's birth, they are given the same 4 things. Racist grandparents. I feel bad saying that joke because only 75% of my grandparents were openly racist. Another one died recently. My grandfather, he wasn't, for his time, he was just normally racist. I'm sure his ghost would be fine with me saying that. I don't think he's too offended. At his funeral, I'm going to tell you a quick story about his funeral, just how I love the weird shit that can happen in moments like this, where you're probably familiar with this whole setup. We're at the reception after the funeral, and there's this long table of food, and there's plates and everything, and there's people getting plates and putting food on the plates and going and sitting down and eating. But at one point there's a backup, and my uncle and I were standing there. My uncle, he gets really like worked up about shit. So he's like, we're talking and I can see him he's realizing we haven't moved in a minute. He goes, "What the fuck is going on?" He steps out of line, and we see that there's this old man who's got a fork, and he's just eating. All the different bowls. People are like trying to get around him, and he's like, "Don't rush me." And my uncle is like, hold on. He's like, "Hey buddy, you're supposed to get your food on a plate and go sit down and eat it. It's called a buffet." And then the old man goes, "I believe it's called a buffet." Then my uncle goes, "Oh, so you have heard of it." Beautiful snark. Everybody in my family seems to have it except for me. Like, at that reception, it's back in Virginia. All these older people are coming up to me, like 85-year-old friends of my grandparents, and they're like, "What are you doing out in Oregon?" Like it's some alien planet that I moved to. Like, what are you doing out in Oregon? I'm like, "Well, just having fun." And they're like, No. For a career, what do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I just manage this little retail store." And they're like, "Well, what do you sell?" Like, just like various knickknacks. Things like that. And from the other side of the room, my mom goes, "He sells marijuana." Oh, now he's ashamed of it. On Instagram, he's got 3 joints in his mouth at one time. I'll never forget the first time that my parents found out I was high. It was my dad found out I was high, but thankfully he did not tell my mom. Because their level of anger over this thing was way different. And he was like, "Keep it between us." But it was at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I smoked a lot of weed in the motel bathroom before we went to the Myrtle Beach Aquarium. And we get there, and as we're going through all the displays and everything, there's this big banner that's talking about blue whales. And it says that blue whales are protected from the cold water by a layer of fat, which is blubbery. And I point at it, and I tapped my dad, and I was like, "Look at that." He goes, "What?" I go, "That's funny. Look how badly they misspelled blueberry." Are you high? That's it for me, guys. Thanks.
Keep it going for Tyler, everybody. this show is a thing. Tyler is the OG of the HotBox. He gets all of the Portland Comic Stones, so keep it going for him. But yeah, no, dude, like seriously, like that is one thing. Like he was mentioning crazy in the South and crazy out here. That's the one that's like parallel. As crazy is crazy. I saw this guy get on the Max with a chain wallet that was rubberized that said "Don't fuck with me" written on it, but the width was kind of rubbed off, so all it said was "Don't fuck me." Wearing a chain wallet in 2018, nobody will. Somebody who used to rock hella chain wallets. He was actually a break dancer at one point in time. Andrew Kushner, everybody. You don't have to do better than that.
Did he just say I was a breakdancer? Keith Cameron, everybody! Yeah! Keep it going for Tyler. Man, this is, you know what, this has been a passion project of his, and he saw it all the way through. He made it happen, so thank you, Tyler. You rock.
Yeah!
Get up for all yourselves. You know, this place wouldn't be, you know, what it is without human beings. So yeah, good job. So I was thinking I want to tell the first joke I told when I was on this stage. I remember I was on the first show with like a ton of great comics, and I was shit. I'm still not that great. But anyway, here was my first joke. Yeah, let's start it off, right? So I moved to Oregon like 8 years ago, and man, let's give it up for Oregon. This place is unbelievable. You know, when I moved here, I'd tell my friends every day, you guys have no idea how beautiful this place is. Clean air, nice people, no crime. Then I took a drive down 181st Division, and as I watched the man take a shit between two parked cars, I was pretty sure this place is just like home. Yeah. Home for me, sadly, was Hollywood, California. That's where I was born and raised. Hollywood is the kind of cesspool that would make Gresham look like Lake Oswego. But enough of that. Enough of bashing. I am here now, and that was my first joke. Jesus Christ. What else has been going on? What's been going on recently? I recently lost 55 pounds. Thank you. Only problem is nobody saw me lose it. I disappeared for a while and came back. So whenever I see someone, they're like, "Man, Kush, you're looking good. You lost a lot of weight." And I can see it in their face. They're not sure if I lost it the right way. You know what I'm saying? They're not sure if I've been hitting the gym or hitting the pipe. Not sure if I got in shape or if I got a disease. Happy to report, no disease, no keto diet. Anybody know about the keto diet? Yeah. Keto diet, yeah, great diet. Oh man. Let me tell you about the keto diet. You give up all bread, you give up all sugar, you give up beer. You want to murder everyone you fucking see, but you don't because you got no energy. People, I'm emaciated right now. I can barely keep my head up. Oh, I lost the weight. This is the craziest. I lost it by eating bacon, cheese, and eggs. Yeah, I got the worst hemorrhoids you could ever imagine. But I'm looking somewhat decent in a pair of boxer briefs, so fuck it, right? It's worth it. You know the best part about the keto diet is you lose all your friends because you can't shut the fuck up about it. The keto diet. Oh, yeah. But I did lose the 55 pounds, so I'm no longer on the diet, which means I'm back to my old routine. Which means eating disorder. Not the kind of disorder you're thinking of. No, that would be wrong. Mine's more of an eating issue, a bad habit. I like to eat horrible food while I'm half asleep in bed and under the influence of Ambien. It's the recipe for disaster. Let me ask you, you ever found yourself shoveling Pringles in your pie hole while you're on the verge of REM sleep?
Not that I can remember.
I do it regularly. I woke up the other day, half a fig Newton on the side of my face. People, please look away. I am hideous. Oh, you ever woken up and found yourself choking to death on a King's Hawaiian roll? You know what you do? You give yourself the Heimlich and you eat it. and you eat that thing. Because King's Hawaiian rolls are fucking delicious. And I trust you guys. I'm gonna let you in on something. I was eating graham crackers the other day. Probably got enough crumbs in my bed right now to make a delicious pie crust. So what I'm saying is I'm single. I'm looking for someone who's got some butter. Let's make a cheesecake. Oh boy, all right. But you know what? You guys have been fun. Let's do something else. Any guys in here? Anybody make bad life decisions? Yeah, kind of got that idea. I'm looking around here. Yeah. Oh, I sure. Oh man, anybody in here ever swallow a AAA battery? Still easier to pass than many a fourth meal at Taco Bell. Oh, you ever been kicked out of Catholic school for stealing canned goods at the donation drive? No, this guy. It gets better. I've got a Native American tribal tattoo on my calf. Yeah, I'm a full-blooded Jew. This is just a cautionary tale, people. Because in my 20s, I did the dumbest thing you could possibly do. Is I became a raver. Oh yeah, 1998, raving was my life. It gets better. I was a professional raver. I was in a raving crew. Oh yeah, we called ourselves TDS Mob. Stood for Too Damn Smooth. It's gonna get better as I had a nickname. Gave it to myself. I was DJ Unique. Spelled my name UNEEK. Tell you how unique. There's 4 other DJs with that same exact name out there right now. I'll tell you how these raves would go. We'd start the night taking ecstasy. When you took ecstasy, you had to take LSD to mellow out the ecstasy. You had a candy flip. You know it. But then when the ecstasy starts wearing off, that's when you go and find dirty art. Because you know what dirty art has? Ketamine, Special K, horse tranquilizer. Oh yeah, a couple key bumps of that Special K puts you right into the K-hole. And that's when you become the king of the rave. Let me ask you, anybody in here ever broken open a toxic glow stick? Poured it all over your body because it looked cool? You sure the king of the rave. Let me ask you ever taken Vicks Vapor Rub? Rubbed it in your eyeballs because it felt weird? Felt weird? Oh, I can't even see right now. I'll tell you what happens as king of the rave. You wander into some random dude's tent named Mystery. Mystery starts rubbing your earlobe, telling you how it's the softest thing he's ever felt, and how we are all connected. Bro, your ear is so soft. It's at this moment when you have to stop Mystery and say, hey, bro. First thing, name's not Bro, it's DJ Unique. And please keep rubbing my earlobe. That feels amazing. Oh, people, I have done and made enough bad life decisions to guarantee that my grandchildren's grandchildren will see noticeable birth defects. Folks, this is my time. I'm DJ Unique. TDS Mob for life.
No, I'm not going to say keep it going for Kushner, because he said he was a professional raver. No, you can't be, don't walk away. No, do not fucking walk away. No, alright. So look, if you get a roommate off Craigslist, there should be descriptions on what those fucking people are about. Like really quiet neighborhood, but we listen to dubstep. Like exclusively dubstep. Only dubstep. You can't be a professional raver, you asshole. You can't do that. There was this... No, fucking... One of the roommates was 43, he was a dubstep DJ. Okay? His name was Zach, and he was super big into astrology. You know what this fucker's name was? Zodiac. No, you're fucking 43 and living in a basement. You can't do that. Like, dubstep is the sound a computer makes when you misgender it. I don't like that shit. All right, I'm sorry, Andrew. I love you. Keep it going, Andrew. Like, you get woken up with your roommates playing dubstep at 4 in the morning. It sounds like Megatron's fucking your house. It's unsettling. But you know who is a breath of fresh air into this angry that is me right now? She was a co-host of the Thursday Night Mic here at HotBox. Keep it fucking going. Melina Best, everybody.
Thanks. How y'all doing tonight? Good. So, I know what I look like. I look like the kid who got left out of their 8th grade yearbook. It's fine. It's fine. A little more about me. I'm a superhero. Thank you. My superpower is being steamrolled in every conversation. Pretty proud of myself. So I was hanging out with my grandma the other day, and she asked me how I was. So I used my superpower to let her tell me how good her hair looked, and how happy she was on her diet. I asked my friend not to help me with my comedy, so he offered up some of my jokes to me. Some of the jokes you'll hear is what I was trying to say. So I've been sensing that people are getting they're sensing my superpower and are getting kind of power hungry. I went to Starbucks the other day. The barista said to me, "Hey, can I have your name?" I said, "No, bitch, it's mine." I'm kind of sensitive about it. So my mom told me, or she's been sending me news reports about 10-year-old girls my size being lured into vans as a warning. So last night, the Lyft driver said to me, "Hey, come on in, we've got candy in the back." So I did, 'cause fuck you, Mom. He then went on to say that he relies on directions from his steady girlfriend Siri. Didn't have the heart to tell him that she gets around. I mean, she's in my pants or tights all day, every day. Gets better. He then said, "Hey, have a good night, and be sure to wake up in the morning." Thank you! It's often a problem. I tend to forget. Another thing about superheroes is they're kind of overrated. They don't necessarily make enough money to, live. So that's why I work in customer service. Any fans of Burgerville here? Good, I'm not either. About a year and a half ago, I saw a job flyer for people to work at Burgerville, and they were looking for people who can stand, stare, and press buttons. I was like, yes, putting my superpowers to work. So I got hired. I now stand, stare, and look at happy people enjoying their meals. I was recently promoted to drive-through. Now I stand in the dark corner of the restaurant while people maybe stay there for 3 minutes before driving to the next window. It's pretty great. So I composed a song to express my feelings on this job. It goes to the tune of Barbie Girl. Any fans of that out there? I'm robotic girl in a Burgerville world. Orders to be taking. It is so amazing. Come and work with me. I bet that you will see the buttons we'll be pressing. Magic we'll be making. Go Melina, take some orders, take some orders. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't be a snorer. This is so much fun. So, working at Burgerville, I definitely haven't hit the jackpot on men. So I've been thinking maybe I could meet guys at a dog park. The only problem is I don't have nor want to have a dog. So I've been kind of thinking of some ideas. I was thinking maybe there's got to be someone who rents out dogs to lonely people, like an app, like Zipcar. There's a dog in your area, Beagle. The other idea I'm thinking of is just standing in the dog park with a leash and crying out, "Hey, mister, have you seen my dog?" Who knows? I'll get back to you. But I mean, for right now, I'm pretty content with my cat boyfriend. There was a pretty cool thing that happened last week. He said, "I love you." Okay, it was a weird yawn. You gotta bear with me. But we have each other's backs. I was starting smoking, and he peed on my first pack of cigarettes, which may have tasted pretty funny, but I gotta give him points for trying. I stuck up for him too. I brought him to the vet the other day. The vet said, you know, he should really go on a diet. So I went on one too. For about 2 days. I got tired of eating cat food. No, I've been on a few dates. I met a guy online and we went out and he said, totally forgot this joke. Okay. That's not what he said. He was like, "No offense, but are you autistic?" Because you didn't give me a hug when you came to the table, and my autistic cousin acts the same way. Thank you. Thanks. Nope. So, another thing about superheroes is they tend to get depressed. But never fear, I'm in therapy. I'm on my 4th therapist. He just said the other week, you know, no, redo. The other week he fell asleep, and so then I went in yesterday, and he was like, "So, you know, I'm probably gonna fall asleep again." And I like someone who's true to their word, so I'm glad he did. And I was trying to remember how I woke him back up. And it was probably something about serious suicidal thoughts this week. Better believe he woke up. So I kept on going. Let's see what to end with. I like rejection, that's why I'm a comedian and an actress. So I recently had an audition, and the director said, "So, I'd like to offer you the main role, not because I think you'd be good at it, but you're just so awkward and uncomfortable to be around." Well, I got the part, so fuck you. And that's what I'll end on. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. actually worked with Lena outside of comedy in a talent agency. I actually they assigned me to this movie I was doing and it never ended up happening. And they're like, hey, we're gonna take you to Seattle to do some stuff. Which, if you're fucking offering somebody to like join a talent agency, go more than 160 miles out of the way. Like, we're gonna take you down the street so we can do the show. And fuck Seattle, just throwing that out there. I got a ticket in Seattle for parking 48 degrees in a 45-degree angle parking spot.
Oh my God.
They gave me a ticket for parking 3 degrees off. They used a protractor. Seattle has a protractor budget. They have to fucking sign out protractors to police officers. God, fuck Seattle so much. Wasn't a joke, just a statement of fact. So your next comic coming to the stage, he is, and I wasn't lying. I know a lot of comics, like when they host shows, they're like, this comic's my best friend. I'm gonna fuck up his last name. No, that's not how this works. Christopher Boatwright is an amazing person. We had this show here on Sundays where he would go out of his way and cook pancakes and other assorted shit and give it to us comics for playing a game. He let me stay on his couch. I got tested afterwards, but he let me stay on his couch. I love this guy to fucking death. Christopher Boatwright, everybody!
I was really counting on a tall person fixing this for me. Jesus Christ. I like Melina's a fuck you comic now. That's my favorite thing in the world. I do think it's only in a comedy place can you be bragging and say, I've been on a few dates and really piss off all the comedians in the room. That's super obnoxious. Good for you. A few. I get it. That's more than two. Fine. Jokes. I should have written one, right? So a lot of people, because HotBox is going away. Thank you guys once again for coming out tonight. Really appreciate having you guys here. This has kind of been my thing, my raison d'etre, that you uneducated fucks don't know what I mean, but that's fine. People have asked me, what am I going to do? I'm an idea guy. I'm always thinking. I have ideas. I am originally from the South. We have a deep cultural heritage of auto racing. So I thought, I'll get some professional drivers. We'll get have the only wet dirt circle track in the Northwest, call it Pro Laps, our mud holes on fire. Goddamn puns. God, I hate that shit so much. It's like being a drug dealer and do puns. So you don't get laid or money. Speaking of drugs, I know when I come to the stage, here's the thing, I know what I look like. I know that I look like the kind of guy to run into you at a party or a concert and try to sell you cocaine. First of all, yeah, but I want to assure you I'm not a cocaine dealer. What I'm doing is trying to find out if you have cocaine. Because I don't do cocaine. I do your cocaine. And if you don't have cocaine, I'll find somebody to sell you cocaine at that party, do some of your cocaine, and then get like 15% off of that guy for hooking him up with somebody to buy cocaine. That's how you get it done. And don't have a habit. You have to work for your shit. It's a risk and reward thing. I know I also look like the kind of guy to let 16-year-olds blow him to get backstage at a Foghat reunion concert. One time. One fucking time. And it's because they're not getting back together again. It's a great, Black & Hut's a great security company to work for. So a little bit about me. I'm a veteran. A lot of people see me, they know me, they say, oh, you were in the Army, PTSD, right? Yes, that's why I joined the Army. It seemed to work out, right? I knew a lot of guys who had it who came out of there. I thought that was just a club for it. Figured I was pretty qualified, But the thing about being mentally ill is it's really just it's helpful if you're a comedian. If your method, I make comedy choices every day. I make relationship comedy choices, right? I always think that when you're getting into a relationship, you get to that point where the unpacking happens. You guys know the unpacking stage. This is just a tip. if that shit's hastily packed and like 30% some other dude's shit, that's not a good sign at all. Learn from me. What else are we talking about? Let's talk about my mom. You guys want to talk about my mom for a minute?
Sure.
I'm going to show her the tape. Then we'll get one viewer. My mom's really awesome. You guys don't know me well enough to know when I'm being sarcastic. That's fine. Here's the thing about my mom. She is, how do I say this? Worse than me, I guess, is the way to say it. My mom, so this is the thing. My mom calls me on the phone. She says, honey, I'm Buddhist now. Okay? A 68-year-old Jewish woman is Buddhist now. Fine. Okay. Mom, what are you're a Buddhist now. What's that all about? She goes, well, I just drive by the Buddhist center and I look at them gardening and I just feel at peace. I'm like, oh, that's how it works. I'm really fucking worried though because she's also a bird watcher. So I'm waiting for that call. Hey Chris, I'm a heron now. This is a funny thing though. She calls me, she says, I think I have Asperger's. Okay, why do you think you have Asperger's? And I realized she just gave me a lot of reasons, which made me start to think I had Asperger's. But what I realized is that I think what it is she was just being a real cunt to somebody, and they thought she had Asperger's, and said, she's got Asperger's. It's fine. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. That seems great. Okay, so like she's kind of Rachel Dolezal Asperger's right now, I think. Just, good for her. Whatever, get it. Yeah, she's fucked up. The Asperger's thing is really weird, though. I mean, how many times, just don't show hands, I'll just pretend you all are for the film. How many people on a daily basis read some diagnosis about that and go, yeah, that sounds pretty comforting. I don't know. Right? The heavy blankets, that's the one that got me. Asperger's thing. I don't think I have Asperger's, I just think they have really dope shit that soothes them, I want a 40-pound fucking blanket? That's crazy. Why is a 40-pound blanket $300? It seems like I could just make that and ship in a garden. Realizations. It's all over. I didn't write anything. I didn't expect people in here tonight, to be honest with you. It was really weird. Really weird. We normally outnumber you guys by infinity. It's weird that I took 46 years of my life to realize that we oil babies, and that's strange. Like, what is with baby oil? Why do babies need to be oiled? I had one. They don't stop squeaking when you put that shit on them. They keep making noise. It's fucking weird. Or does the oil, I don't know, do you squeeze it? I don't know. Brutal. I'll leave you guys with something really not funny. Shit, I should just walk off now. So ideas, comedy life. I was lacking inspiration around Christmas time. And so what I did was I thought the smart thing to do was to find some input. So I watched 20 hours of Holocaust film. And the takeaway from that, there's a few things. One, Sophie's Choice sexiest Holocaust movie. Actually, here's the thing, I came up with a weird rubric for that. So like, Schindler's kind of wins it on nudity alone, but it's not hot nudity. But here's the thing, you see Kevin Kline in the 80s. That's an attractive man. Yeah. That's an attractive man. And here's the real fucked up thing. If you're really high and you watch like just the first 15 minutes of Sophie's Choice, it's a complete rom-com. Up until I start having flashbacks. That shit is hilarious. Kevin Kline's popping into the window, Oh, I'm getting the light? Fine. Okay. Everybody thanks you. But based on that, I did decide that what I want to do is I want to make a movie. I thought the time's right for it. So just picture this with me. And it's, in spite of everything, I still believe that people are good at heart. The Diary of Anne Frank Part 2.
Oh, wow.
Because I really think that she would have liked to have done some editing at the end. You know what I'm saying? You guys have a beautiful night. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Christopher Boatwright, everybody. Doesn't he look like he described himself in a police sketch? So your next comic come to the stage. He is probably my best fucking friend out in maybe the world. Let's just say the world. He works for the Timbers. Everybody heard of Timbers Army, right? Well, give it up for the Timbers Salvation Army. Benjamin Tier, everybody!
The only reason why that's not accurate is because I'm not homophobic. like the Salvation Army. You didn't know that? You should. That's an important fact. Keith, you look like you're in a Korn cover band called Husk. It's spelled with a C. Yeah, Keith listens to Seven Dust. There's no joke, that's the truth, just remember that. Yeah, you went to a concert recently too, right? You went to you paid money to see Seven Dust play live. He also watches UFC, but you knew that already. So, I've been living in this city for 2.5 years, okay? And that's a lot of time if you've not grown up with legal weed, to like have legal weed, relatively speaking. So I haven't been able to determine whether I prefer indica or sativa, okay? And it's kind of like, do I want a brain-melting, couch-locking high with an anxiety attack? Or do I want an energetic, creative anxiety attack? Tough choice. So the bud tenders, because that's what we call them here.
Yeah.
Because we're adults. Yeah. The bud tenders in this city, they're actually very professionals. They helped me out. And I came to one with this conundrum, and he said, dude, you gotta try a hybrid. And I was like, okay, so we're just gonna combine all of those things. And I said, I didn't like. He's like, yeah, man, it's only $3 a gram. It's all I needed, because I'm still dying on the inside, no matter what. Yeah, it's a sad joke. It really is. Most of you are on board with me. You understand the whole anxiety attack thing, but some of you are just like, smoke it, bitch. Smoke it and deal with it. Carry forward. That's a unique kind of toxic masculinity that's unique to this area of the country. Just kind of like, yeah. And I don't know if you've noticed, I have a beard. Okay. So I'm on the receiving end of a lot of toxic masculine insecurity. Okay. So I hear a lot of like, yeah, you got that luscious, sexy beard, shouldn't you be like chopping down trees or changing oil? And like, yeah, you don't have a beard. Shouldn't you be sitting on my face? I'll get really uncomfortable. I'll be like, yeah, it's alright, yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, generals suck, don't they? Yeah. You don't agree? No? How high are you guys right now? Scale of 1 to 10. You guys are so high that you're not even progressive anymore. That's the state Portland's in. It was always racist. It doesn't matter. Okay. I work in a bookstore. That's the only other option that's available to me with this appearance. So I work for the Timbers soccer team in a bookstore, which is we sell books. You'd be amazed how many people confuse bookstores with libraries. Okay, I kind of feel like if you can't tell the difference between either, you should spend more time in either one. I don't really mind it that much though, because like kids are loud and annoying, and their parents will tell them like, shh. You're in a library, but they're really in a bookstore. And that's fine, because I want their kids to shut the fuck up. That's my second option. My first option is they should have never been born. So I had a gentleman come up to me, and he asked me, where is your self-help section? And I said, sir, you can find it yourself. And he didn't get it. Really needed the help. I wasn't gonna find it there. I had a lady come up to me. She wanted a Diary of a Young Girl, which Boatwright referenced. It's Anne Frank's diary. Just to harp on that some more. 2 jokes about Anne Frank tonight. And so I found her the definitive edition of Diary of a Young Girl. by Anne Frank. And I handed it to her, and she's thumbing through it, and she goes, no, this is too inappropriate. I said, yeah, so is everything Hitler did. What did you think was gonna happen? She goes, this is for my granddaughter. She's a little girl. And I said, it's called Diary of a Young Girl. What did you think was gonna happen? Did you think there was gonna be a happy ending? That would have been more inappropriate. Let that sink in. Oh, I don't have time. Okay. Oh. Alright. Got the light. What am I gonna tell you about? Okay, so I think my favorite thing about incest porn is that every time someone tries to guilt me for enjoying pornography, they always repeat the same refrain. They always say, Benjamin, imagine if that girl on the screen were your sister. Imagine if you were related to that lady who's performing for you on the screen. And now I can say, well, I'm trying my best. Get out of the room. This is fucking awkward, Mom. Thank you so much. You guys are great. My name is Benjamin Turner.
Give it up for Ben, everybody. Yes. No, I love how nobody knows what to do in the awkward, like, what do I do? They're like, all right, I'm going to stop clapping because this is sad. I do have to say, Benjamin Tier looks like he collects cans for hobbies. All right, so we have another amazing comic coming to the stage. She is the stage kid or co-host. She fucking is she is killing it all over goddamn Portland. She's had a submission in the Hump Festival last year. Yes, some people know what that is. Other people Google it. Maybe not around your partners. Whatever, that's cool. But I love this person to fucking death. Jenna Vesper, everybody.
Everyone give it up for everybody's favorite ex-stepdad, Keith Cameron. Give it up for him. I love that he only brought me up on my sexual things. I also host and produce many shows, not just sex stuff. No, but that I'm actually more proud about the sex stuff. That's fine, don't worry about it. I also used to actually co-host shows here too. I don't know why they didn't ask me to be on the show. Even though I clearly have the hottest box. No offense to you. Your box is great. I know that for a fact. No, it's just that my box is actually physically hot because I don't shave. So there's like no airflow at all. There's no airflow at all. So it's a pretty hot box. Everyone's really sad that this place is like potentially going away, and I'm sad too. Let's clap for that, I guess. For sadness, clap for sadness. But don't worry, they're gonna find another place to do this shit, because if I know one thing about straight white men who have been wronged, is that they will find another place to do their jokes. So it's okay, guys. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I totally just like came on stage. I got some jokes to tell. I just roasted everybody. No, it's fine. I've been having kind of a weird day because it was hard to get out of the house and come here, to be honest, because I was a little hungover, so I've been just like furiously masturbating. Give it up for internet porn. Am I right? Give it up. Porn. Woo! Oh boy. The thing is, I watch a lot of internet porn, and I realize that I have a very like specific porn that I like that I don't see enough of, and that's topical porn. You know? Like, I want to like stop midway and be like, you know what? I should call my congressional representative when I'm done. You know? But I don't see that porn very much. I don't see that kind of stuff out there, you know? And I'm a creative person. Like he did mention, I did make my first porno last year and I submitted to Hump. Give it up, thank you. I didn't get in. But I am a creative person and I don't give up. So I'm going to start making more pornos. And I have a pretty good idea for one. Let me know what you think. I'm going to call it Pre-Existing Conditions. With like 3 X's. And it's going to be this super hot gangbang. where this one lady is getting like really fucked over by the government.
Yes.
And it's gonna end in this very hot bukkake scene. Where are my bukkake heads at? Thank you. I knew there's always one. Yeah. So it's gonna end in this really hot bukkake scene where like a bunch of like Paul Ryan looking motherfuckers are just gonna be like dousing her, you know? And at the end they're all gonna say in unison, "See, now you're covered." I can tell by that laughter that you're very horny. It's usually what I hear in the bedroom is a lot of laughter, and I'm like, wow, this guy's really horny. That's not how it works. Okay, it's fine. Anyway, I'm Jenna. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Jenna, everybody. I didn't give her the light, but keep it fucking going. Doesn't she look like if the Fifth Element took place in a Starbucks? I mean, Jenna. Yeah. So your headliner tonight, before we play our game of Bamboozled. He is an amazing person. He's goofy as shit. He's a staple in fucking Portland comedy. And he also looks like every 80s villain in every 80s movie. Nick Puente, everybody!
Oh, keep hammering, you guys. Keep it going for it, huh? Selling bootleg Limp Bizkit CDs underneath the bridges. Guys, making it alive. Making it alive, you guys. Fuck yes. I'm gonna go off with, because when Jenna said the whole room was horny, everyone applauded. So I did a misconnections when I first moved up here in October 2016. So if anyone was here then and you left a full box of Ding Dongs and K-Wine at the corner of the 60th and Gleason, please hit me up after the show. We have at least two things in common, man or woman. Like, it doesn't matter. It's Portland. There's no rules here. We'll start a webcam. Who cares? Like, whatever. So here's I was on the road. I'm gonna start off with a story, not so much a joke, but you guys will get. So here's me and another comic were doing a show in Eugene a couple weeks ago that they decided, yes, yay Eugene. Sure, that's right. I love Eugene. It's the only city I've ever been to that was founded by gnomes. Like, that's fucking cool. Like, it's a weird place there. There's just lots of, you can pay for stuff with hacky sacks. It's fucking strange. It's a weird city. But like, so we were doing a show there, and with another guy, and then that they decided to take acid at, which, you know, yay, good for them. Trip to Light, fantastic. Have fun. That's cool. But then in the car on the way back here, it turned on her, you guys, and she started having a really bad trip. You know, like all of her social anxieties coalescing into a solid form and attacking her level bad. And the thing you need to know about me, first of all, is that I'm straight edge. So I don't know the unwritten rules of drug use. Like that you're never supposed to genuinely fuck with someone having a bad trip. Because it can apparently break their brain. I had no idea that she was in the sunken place and me popping up next to her and saying, spiders, wasn't helping. I thought it was helping. I really did. I didn't know I knew it wasn't helping. I really did. I just didn't think it was hurting. I had no idea. But so that's first of all. And then secondly, on the side, is that I'm also known amongst my friends as being very overly honest. Like, I don't really have walls or boundaries. I've just never seen the use for them. You know, like dignity and shame, overrated. Who needs it? That just leads to guilt. Guilt just leads to crow's feet. No one likes those. And so I don't do anything with them. And so what all that means together is that when she started literally crawling up my arm in the fetal position and kicking her little feet like a puppy having a nightmare, and asked me, Nick, no. I said the first thing that came into my head, which was, I don't know, maybe, like, you are freaking the fuck out. Seriously. You said you you took less than 2 hits an hour ago, but you are sweating a lot. Guaranteed there was some poison, whatever the fuck it is you took back there. So I don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, when was the last time you heard someone die from bad acid? It's not fucking Woodstock. Like, 80-20, you'll be fine, okay? If you don't die, you'll be fine. There's nothing you can do about it now anyway, right? It's already in you. Like, you just gotta ride that dragon. Hope you slay by morning, baby. That's what it is. You're the one that decided to hijack the magic school bus and took you into a black hole. That's on you. She hasn't talked to me since. I saw her post on Facebook the next day how pissed off she was at me, so I knew she was alive. So who was right in the end, you guys? Who was right in the end? Yes. So there's a little known fact you guys might not know, but turns out, if you're a sweaty, nervous, off-putting person in the streets, you're a nervous, sweaty wreck in the sheets too. Like, you don't get to change personality types from moment to moment, okay? Like, you don't have to be Steve Urkel during the day, and if by some miracle someone decides to go home with you, get to turn to Stefan at night. It doesn't happen like that, no. It's still just gonna be you constantly readjusting your glasses every 5 seconds when you make out and saying shit like, I just don't know what to do with my hands. Do you like that? Is that good? If I squeeze them like this? No? Okay, it's fine. It's totally cool. Hey Clarissa, if you're so smart, explain Tower 7 then, huh? What? That was more just for me. So, Clarissa. Slow burn. Who would have figured in a dispensary room? Did it take a second? Totally fine. No, this is how I like to connect. Because like a lot, well, I don't have to ask this time, but a lot of times it shows people ask like where my drinkers at, where my smokers at, or whatever. And I like to do instead fish for potheads. I like to just find you, which this room's easy, but fine. But let's just see if you guys connect with it. So a couple of times I was driving to a show, and I passed by a Burgerville that had on its marquee in big giant oversized block letters, "Hey, have your fundraisers here." And I distinctly remember saying out loud to the sign, "Nah, man, I'm not gonna do that, man. That's fucking crazy. Why did you do that?" Yeah, alright, cool. Maybe like half of you. Fuck, I didn't realize that I was running out of time. Hey, can I do more time, Tyler?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, thanks, Tyler. Guys, give it up for Tyler and Kushner. This is a house that Tyler and Kushner built. It's fucking awesome. And give it up for Boatwright just cause he needs it. Like, let's just clap some self-esteem into him. Maybe that'll happen. Probably not, but you never know. Fucking. Okay, I really want to. Okay, so I was in LA doing some shows, and it was really cool and it was really fun, but I didn't get a crazy LA story that happened, and I was kind of this sucks. But then I found a show that was happening 5 minutes from where I was staying. The final night I was there, and I had 3 hours before I had to go to the airport. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go, and sure enough, gold happened. And what I'd like to do is recreate that moment with you guys and see if you were on board where I was when it happened, okay? So, awesome, great. So, okay, first of all, imagine that I'm a comic, in quotes, and I'm wearing a lot of gold, okay? I'm wearing a lot of gold, mostly crosses, just like Mr. T levels of gold, okay? And I'm doing 7 minutes straight of the worst, basest, bullshit, shitty material imaginable, mostly just about bitches, pretty much exclusively about bitches, actually. To the point where you even point out a couple in the second row and tell him, you got a good bitch. Like, because that happened. And he did that. Okay, so I'm doing that, and then this happens. And when this happened, just react naturally. Like, you guys are reacting the way the crowd did at the time, which is perfect. That's exactly what we need. But then react naturally when this is, so, okay. Oh, and also, by the way, I have a really stupid name, okay? Like something, I don't know, I'll make it up. G. the Comedian, maybe. Like, that's my name. G. the Comedian, covered in gold, talking about good bitches and shady bitches and fat bitches, apparently. It was talking about all kinds.
And then this. Okay. So yeah, seriously, if y'all ain't drunk at this motherfucking show, you're fucking stupid, okay? This is the Nobody Sober show. So if y'all ain't trying to get drunk as a bitch up in this bitch, you're a fucking idiot. So make sure y'all check out my show Christian Brothers on Amazon Prime. You follow me on Instagram at g.thecomedian. Okay, you guys laughed. I rolled on the ground. Kicking and screaming, crying with laughter. Ah, beautiful. But the real reason I came here tonight, not just to celebrate the HotBox and everything it's done for us and how cool of a room it's been, but also to announce that I actually came up with my first comedy catchphrase, you guys, a couple weeks ago. A couple of you know, so the rest of you, if you don't know, it's a huge deal in a comedian's career when you come up with your first comedy catchphrase. You know, all your favorite and the best comics have them, from your Ingval to Cable Guy to White to Foxworthy, all the greats, okay? And I'm not saying mine's on their level or anywhere near like the legendary level of Hamburger, because it's not. Mine's it's not that brilliant, I know. But it's a twofer, which is pretty unique and special to me. So now, whenever you guys hear me pull out one of my golden oldies, you know, like, hey, you know what the funny thing about breaking up is?
To keep me alive.
Seriously, can you guys tell me? Because I can't think of a fucking thing. Not one thing right now, okay? I mean... Won't you please take me home?
Oh, darling, my sweet darling.
No, you know what? No, fuck, I take it back, because you know what's funny? What's really gonna be funny is when Tree tries to come home 6 months from now, and it's not our home anymore, it's mine. And you don't fit in it, because it's too filled with all the puss I've been crushing since you left. Fuck you, there's no room at the end. You know, at night, when the moon comes through the window, you can still see her form on her side of the bed.
Never met oh, darling.
What?
Won't you please?
No, Princess Tiny Paws. Mama's never coming home.
Sweet darling, won't you please take me home?
I'll immediately follow it up with, oh boy, oh brother, this guy. I really think it's gonna punch my sets up, moving to that money earning level, you know what I mean, guys? Oh boy. Oh, brother. My brother, good friend, comic buddy, guys, Keith Cameron, Kushner, Tyler Landon Mays, give it up for all of them. They've done this for 2 years now. 2 years now. And it sucks, but it's been good. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Give it up for Puente, everybody. I wanted to talk shit about Puente, but Christopher Boatwright let us know that he didn't record any of this fucking shit. None of it. He didn't record it, but he brought the stuff. Thanks to Boatwright. I wasn't gonna do this joke because it's really personal and it puts me in a weird light, but fuck it. This is the last night of the HotBox and I love every single one of you. Keep it going for y'all coming out to this. No, seriously. Y'all could have been anywhere and y'all came here and I appreciate that. Every single comic here has talked about something weird they've done or something strange. Like, I know there's people here that have, like, maybe robbed somebody or broken the law in some way. How many people have taken a dick to the face on camera? No? One person's like, I guess. It's on the clouds for sure. I did. Whatever. We're not gonna. Here's what happened. My son's mother, she was a drug addict and she ended up passing away, which is unfortunate. But when you're 22 and you have a kid and you watch your son's mom die, you don't care. Also, did I say I was working at a porn studio? I wasn't doing weird shit. I was setting up lights and camera equipment. And then I went up to the director. I'm like, hey, dude, this is happening. I really want to do a porn. And he was like, well, we don't have straight porn available. I'm like, nah, man, that's not, I've never done that before. I can't do that at all. Like, that's not, it pays $4,000. Well, I guess I'm going to try this. What's going to happen? And I get there, and here's the thing about being in a weird place in your fucking life. Pay attention to details. What you think might be a normal porn might be a bukkake. Some of you know what that is. Most of you are not going to admit you know what that shit is. That's okay. So I get there and I see a bunch of cars and I'm like, this is kind of a big shoot. And I didn't know. So I get there and I see the Dr. Seuss dick. I see one dick, two dick, red dick, blue dick. I got worried. I was like, man, Keith, $4,000 isn't worth your fucking dignity and your self-respect. But then I'm from the South, so my work ethic kicked in. They're out, I might as well, I guess. They were super sweet. Not during, they were highly aggressive during. Highly aggressive. But afterwards, they're like, Keith, do you want to go out and get some shots? I'm like, I've had enough. No, fuck you guys, you liars. Like, 3 of y'all laughed when I said bukkake, the rest were like, ha ha, come on face. But yeah, it was... Thank you, Melina, for making that more awkward than that joke already was. Thank you so much. But no, it was weird because, like, you notice things in hindsight. Like, tell me why Drake Started From the Bottom was playing in the background. That's not right. I'm still here, guys. But so I did that joke in Astoria, and I don't know if you've been to Astoria. It's a thumb of a fucking city. And I said that joke, and the moment I said bukkake, a table of 5 got up and like, fuck that, and walked out. Which no matter how many times I tell that joke, and yes, it's true, I don't give a shit who judges me, no matter how many times I tell that joke, it hurts when somebody disrespects me like that. But then a big biker came to me afterwards, and he was like, hey man, great set, I've sucked a few dicks in my day, and walked away! Alright, so my name is Keith Cameron. This has been fucking incredible. Thank you guys so much. Keep it going for me and these comics. So we got a game popping off in 10 minutes. It's Bamboozled. It is amazing and it is fun. And if you want to play, fucking sign up, guys. Thank you again, and we're smoking outside. HotBox